Hi guys, welcome to episode 48 of Notable Needlework, take 2. Somehow I got all the way to the episode being fully uploaded to Blip, and then I realized that the sound didn't work. I'm not sure what happened, but it had the built-in mic on my computer, which does not exist, set as the default input for sound instead of the mic on the new webcam. So this will probably be short and sweet with me just showing the stuff because my voice is probably going to give out if I talk for as long as I did on the first try. So if you're a new viewer, thank you for coming and checking me out. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. I am Kate, Notable Needle, N-O-T-E-A-B-L-E, on Ravelry, on Plurk, and on Twitter. The blog, if you're watching this on iTunes, is at notableneedlework.blogspot.com. There is a Ravelry group called Notable Needlework Podcast, and you should join and introduce yourself and talk amongst yourselves and put photos in the knit-along that we are having for the monkey socks. It's been a fairly productive week, although a lot of my time has been spent studying for the tests that we had last week and the 2 tests that we have this week. So, I have one finished object. The springtime stripy socks are done. This is Knit Picks Felici self-striping sock yarn in the mixed berries colorway that I got for Christmas from my wonderful brother and sister-in-law. Well, some of the yarn that I got from them anyway. It is 60 stitches on a US size 2. Excuse me. And it fits my size 10 feet. So I love them. I have been wearing them. I have been affectionately referring to them as my Valentine's Day socks because this is the closest that I have to Valentine's Day yarn. I don't really like Valentine's Day for Valentine's Day. I like it because it is the anniversary of my first date with my husband. First date. We had sort of like been to dinner date-ish type things beforehand, but first kiss is the one that really counts, in my opinion. So, it will be 5 years that we have been together, so yeah, I like Valentine's Day for that. And then it'll be his birthday, and I won't have his socks done because I have 9 million other things that I have to do, but he doesn't care, and that's why I love him. So, those are all done, and I have been wearing them a bit. Works in progress. I have 2 that you have not seen before, and then 2 that... No, I have 3 that you haven't seen before. But one of them I've told you about. So, yeah. I have Laura's Berkeley socks. Yeah, this is all I've gotten done. By the way, like the new camera? I do. Yeah, I've gotten 1 stripe done on the ribbing, and that's it. This is Fiber Nymph Dye Works, her bounce base in the custom colorway that she did for Laura, and is actually showing up pretty true to color. It's a little bit more orange. It never shows up as golden as it really is. But thank you, Lisa, for dyeing that up. And when I was splitting it into balls for the 2 socks, I tried counting how many stripes there were, and I kept losing track. It's either 7 or 14. I feel like 14 makes more sense. But it'll be more than enough. So these will be my class knitting once I am done with the monkey socks, which are the next things I'm going to show you. Oh, and it's going to be probably an afterthought heel, but it's 64 stitches on a US 1 for that. No, I'll do the monkey sock slacks because that's how I roll. I even have show notes because I did all the show notes while the first version was uploading. So I can go really quickly and not have a whole bunch of ums while I try and remember what I did this week. I decided to sign up for a test knit for Claire Ellen, who did the Fellowship of the Socks ebook that I test knit the Gandalf sock for. This is for Elrond. I keep wanting to say L. Ron Hubbard. It's not L. Ron Hubbard, it's Elrond, who is the father of Arwen and the king of the elves from Rivendell. I just finished row 28 of the 34 row chart. I have 2 chart repeats before I start the heel flap for the socks. So not bad considering I pretty much started the chart yesterday and I've been working on other stuff since then. This is Knit Pick Stroll Tonal in the Blue Yonder colorway, and it's actually showing up pretty true to color. There's a bit more variation than it's showing up, but I like the fact that it's not showing all the variation right now. But it's not enough to be terribly distracting from the cables. It is a very pretty sock. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm doing the small size. There's a small and a large size, and I'm doing mine on US 2s instead of 1s because that's what I get gauge in. I very much like these socks. I forget who all is going to be in this book, but it's not the Fellowship characters because they already had their socks published. But she's got like Bilbo and Gollum and Treebeard and Elrond and the King of Rohan, who I can't remember his name. I think she was planning on like 2 or 3 other socks, and I don't remember who those socks are going to be. But these are Elrond. I'm enjoying them. I love her patterns. They are very, very, very well written. When we were testing in Gandalf, the only thing that I had to change was adding a little instruction, which would probably be clear to most sock knitters, but I just wanted her pattern to be as clear as possible about, you know, which rows you can end. You could end the chart to do the heel correctly, whatever. But otherwise, her patterns are very well written. I have not run into any patterns or any problems with the knit so far, and really this is pretty much the entire sock. The heel flap, the gusset, turning heel, everything is completely and utterly straightforward, and I don't really think that she could have any errors in there even if she tried. So this is really the sock. Like, that's pretty much the extent of the test knitting, for the written part anyway, that I have to do. Like, doesn't really have any errors, so makes my job a little bit easier. Let's see. I'm looking forward to seeing how those turn out because they have to be done by the end of March. Not the last work, but the next work in progress I started this morning. It's a baby blanket. It's the hooded baby blanket free pattern from Lion Brand, and I can't show the whole thing in the screen because it's 28 inches long. But it's crocheted. It's Lion Brand Pound of Love in the pale yellow colorway, which is the last of the acrylic in my stash. And the reason I started it today was because those twins are evidently coming a lot sooner than we thought they were going to. I'll talk about that more later, but yeah, our conversation today was pretty much the kick in the pants I needed to actually start this, because I gave her the first baby blanket, which is the pale green one, for her baby shower in December. So it's about time that I started on the baby blanket. for twin number 2. The last work in progress I have are my monkey socks. I actually got a bit of work done on these during clinical. I finished the gusset decreases and I got some work done on the foot. I think I measured, I've got 2 more inches in pattern, and then I'll start the decreases for the toe, which is just stockinette and it's not in pattern. I'm doing the small size of the pattern on US size 2s to make up for the fact that it is a small sock. I think that 60 or 60 or 60? I think it's 64. 64 stitches on a US 1 would probably be too small for my somewhat ginormous feet, so I'm doing them on size 2s instead. I love how they are turning out. They fit my feet very well. I can't wait till they're done. This is Sweet Georgia Tough Love Sock in the Venice colorway. And it's actually kind of showing up true to color. A little washed out because it's no longer daylight. It was daylight when I recorded the first time. It's no longer daylight, so the only light is from my, let's see if that works a little better, from my super light. I don't think any camera is ever going to sufficiently show off the gorgeousness of this colorway to my liking. Anyways, it is not too late to start the monkey sock knit along that I am hosting. Just tag I'm going to poke my eye out with that needle. Just tag your projects NN Monkey KAL, that's Notable Needlework Monkey Knit Along, and put your a photo of your finished object in the thread on the Ravelry group. And if you're not a member of the Ravelry group, please join. If you are a member and you have not introduced yourself, please do so, because I think only like 13 people have introduced yourselves, but there's like 50 something members in the group, so you know who you are and you should introduce yourself, because I like getting to know you. 3 people have already finished their monkey socks. I think I mentioned that last week. I don't know if I mentioned who had finished though. CD's Gifts, who I will probably always refer to as Altruism Works, because that's her name on Blurk. And I know Jennifer77 finished hers like a couple days ago. I know it was after I recorded. And then the first person who had theirs done was Fuzzy Nana? Fuzzy Nana, yep. And I was laughing because she did hers in the self-striping, the Felici self-striping in the Moonlit colorway, which is the colorway that I just got in the swap. And I love how hers turned out. I'm looking forward to doing those socks. I always want to say I'm going to do them for me, but I'm probably going to just start doing socks for other people, because otherwise I'm going to amass far too many socks for myself, because I want to knit all of the socks. But yeah, there is plenty of time to join, and if you have to be done by February 29th, and if that timeline does not work for you, do not fret. I am planning on doing a Cookie A knit along, so not just monkey, but any pattern by Cookie A between March 1st and April 30th. So if this timeline doesn't work, just hold out until March 1st, and you'll have a full 2 months to do it then. Monkey sock, you can find it for free. It was in Knitty, and there's a link to it somewhere on Ravelry. There's a pay-for version, and then she has at least 1 or 2 patterns that are free. I think the Cubist socks are free, and the Pomatemus, I know it's a genus of fish, and I can't pronounce it. I know those 2 are for sure free, and you can use any of the pay-for patterns. I will probably wait and do my friend's birthday socks for that knit along, because I'll be doing the Mary Linda socks for her. So those are the works in progress. I also have Evenstar. I have not worked on it this week, so I don't really want to drag it out. Really? I uploaded the episode and I had all the time in the world to get the spinning out of the other room, and I didn't. Of course. I have been spinning the rainbow fiber. The gradient did not work. When I was initially dividing the fiber to split it into a full gradient, like all the reds and then the oranges and etc., like I was talking about last week, I found out that there's a lot of white spots. And by spots, I mean patches in the center of the braid, which is fine, but doing the gradient wouldn't have worked. And then also the color sections would have been way too short, and it just would have been a pain to try and spin. It basically would be like spinning a bat on a drop spindle, which I'm sure is possible, but I don't really want to try. So that's in the other room, but I'm just spinning it as it comes. It's split really evenly into 3 sections, so I guess I'm doing a 3-ply. It sort of decided that it wanted to be a 3-ply. I'm letting it do what it wants to do. And the way that it's dyed up is it goes, starting up from one end to the other, it's purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, purple, and then it goes through and ends on a blue on the other end. So there's purple on one end, there's a blue on the other, and it sort of does the back and forth. Y'all know what I mean. So I am keeping that grade, it's not really a gradient, but you know what I mean, with the singles when I'm spinning them. I haven't finished the first one yet because I pretty much spun on Sunday night and that was about it. And a little bit on Monday. And then I was knitting the whole rest of the time. So I'm planning on keeping the gradient. So if I finish a section of the fiber and I finish on a blue, then I attach the blue end from the next piece of fiber. If I finish on a purple, I attach the purple end. So it keeps the color going. It's not perfectly... The lengths aren't going to be the same every time because some of the sections that I break off into bumps are larger than others, so with the drafting to keep them the same thickness, it's obviously going to be over a longer stretch, but it's all going to get plied up anyway, and I'm not planning on like Navajo plying or anything like that, so it should be pretty no matter how it turns out, so I'm going with it. It's rainbow. You can't really go wrong with rainbow. So that's spinning. I know I had other things to talk about. Oh, yes I did. I have a stash enhancement, even though it's not stash. I'm still calling it stash enhancement. I got my bag from Birdleg Bags. Yay! I love the fabric on this bag. It's got the little sheep knitting. I'm calling it a scarf, even though she's holding the needles the wrong way. She's like holding them with the points down like this, even though everyone who knits knows that they're up. And then there's also the sheep knitting the sweater for her little sheep. This is from Birdleg Bags on Etsy, and there's going to be a link in the show notes. And the lining is garter stitch, stockinette, garter stitch, stockinette in matching colors. Very well constructed. I have been enjoying it thoroughly. I love the beaded pole for the zipper. She also included a carabiner so that you can attach this bag to another bag, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow when I go to class. Although, I'm probably going to switch out the project that's in there, because right now the test knit is in there, and I'm not bringing the test knit to school because I can't work on that. No, I guess I could tomorrow, because the only thing I have is a test, and then I'm going to be on campus for like 7 extra hours. So I might bring it. She also included a little mini notepad with Hooters on them, and on the first page she wrote, "Thank you, from Vicky," which is always cute. And a little package of soap, which is always appreciated. This is the Celebration scent, which I love because it's the only soak that I have used so far, and I used it when I was mocking my wedding veil. So, I'm always a fan. Always a fan. I just thought of something else that I was going to say. Yep, I lost it. Because I don't think it was on the show notes. Oh, that's what it was. I'm putting a link to the shop on Etsy. When I was doing that the first time, I noticed there are quite a few Doctor Who themed bags. By that I mean with the TARDIS. So, if you are a Whovian, be sure to check out her shop because they look very cute. I don't watch Doctor Who, but I can appreciate the fanaticism for the bags. So go check them out because she got an awesome shop. She does awesome bags. And I have a feeling once people know that she's got those, they're going to go pretty quickly. The last, even remotely knitting related thing is if you are here in the South, even remotely close to Alabama, you should come and check out the Festival of Alabama Fiber Arts. It is going to be on April 1st, and I would love to organize a meetup if anyone else is planning on coming. I know that Blue Goose Farms, who is one of my friends on Plurk, is going to be a vendor, and I'm looking forward to meeting her. So if you're on the edges of Mississippi, on the edges of Georgia, in the state, you should definitely come check it out. I think it's only the second or third year that they have had this festival. So it should be interesting. They have a lot of demonstrations. I think they're showing a shearing demonstration. There's going to be animals there, including some for sale. I think they mentioned having Angora rabbits for sale. But there's going to be the market. It's technically open Friday the 31st and Saturday, April 1st. But I believe the market is only open on the 1st, so that is the day I am driving down there. They have lots of other classes that you can sign up for on either day. I put a link to the Facebook page because that seems to get updated a lot more than the website does, and it has links to the website, it has links to the classes / demonstrations that they're having. Go check it out if you're going to be in the area, and be sure to let me know because I would love to meet you. I have to figure out if someone wants to go with me from up here because I don't want to drive by myself, but at the same time, while my husband would go with me, I know that this is not his cup of tea, so if I can get someone else to drive with me, I will probably try and do that. There's really only one of my friends who I can think of, but her twins are going to be here by then, and I think that would be way too early for them to be around that many people who could potentially be sick and 9 million kinds of animals and the noise and stuff, so I don't think that she would be able to come with me unless her husband was off work. And even then, I don't think she's going to want to part from her twins. So, we shall see. I'll ask my nursing school friends, because I'm sure that some of them would at least find it interesting, if nothing else. I can probably find someone to go with me. Plus then, like, I won't have Will being like, oh, you can't spend your money at the... Yeah. I'm not going to be bad. If I buy anything, it will be fiber, and it will be the locally available things you can't really buy on the internet stuff. And it'll probably only be one thing. So, I will set a limit, I will not be bad, and it doesn't count as breaking the yarn diet because it's not yarn yet. Anyways, it's mostly for the experience, and it'll be my first time going to a fiber festival of any kind, because I haven't been to Stitches yet. Ever. Nursing school, I had my first week of clinical for this semester. It was highly entertaining. First time I've seen a birth in a while. It's not the first time I've fed babies in a while, because I've been babysitting a lot. But it's always nice to know that you don't lose the ability to feed babies and burp them and remember how to do all of that fun stuff. This clinical, I think, is going to make me feel a lot more confident in taking care of newborn twins, because we were taking care of 8 babies yesterday when they were all in there. We had baby mama drama where Daddy didn't know that baby was being born because Mom didn't tell him, so he drove up from the lower part of the state and demanded to see the baby, so we got to barricade ourselves in the nursery and call security. Yeah, it's always fun. Never a dull moment in deliveries. Yep. Fun, 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 fun. So, I do enjoy it. I think it's going to be a fun semester. I don't think it's what I want to do forever. But I don't hate it, so it should be fun. I have tests in Psych and OB this week. Yay! But I get sort of a 2-week, not too much going on break where I will be prepping for the twins to come and knitting my little heart out, and crocheting now too. So that's sort of the transition into my catch-all in other news. I talked to Addie this morning, and her doctor thinks that their goal is to have the twins at the end of February, beginning of March, which is like 4 weeks, less than 4 weeks. It'll be about week 34 for her. 40 weeks is typical. But she is having twins, and evidently her twins are enormous right now. She doesn't have gestational diabetes or any kind of complications. Her babies are just huge. I believe the measurement that she told me, I think she said that it correlates to about a 41-week baby for each one. So she's sort of running out of room. What her doctor said to her was less of a, we will induce you at the end of February. It was more of a, I will be surprised if you last that long. Her original due date was April. Beginning of April. That's a little earlier than we thought. We had sort of been thinking mid to late March. So, late February, early March is what we're looking at. So, I believe after my tests are done, this week. The next couple weeks will be painting the nursery and helping her get everything set up because, again, her twins are huge. She hasn't been she's not been able to bend over since Christmas. So she's given me fair warning that I'll probably be over there the majority of the next 2 weeks if I'm not in class or clinical. So this baby blanket needs to get a lot more work done because I thought that I had until like March to get it done. I don't. I have until like 3 weeks from now to get them done. Oh boy. Also, like the camera? I do. I don't know if I mentioned that in this one or not, this recording. I think that's it. I really can't wait for those twins to come. I can't wait for these tests to be over so I can knit without feeling guilty. Anyways, I hope y'all are having a good week. Check out the Ravelry group, check out the Fiber Festival, and hopefully I will see other people there. Can't wait for that to come, can't wait for the twins to come. Just looking forward to a whole lot of stuff. I'll see y'all later. Bye.